my screen is visible to you?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have any doubt regarding yesterday's lecture.
नहीं नहीं नहीं.
Okay. So okay, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. Now we are talking about concatenation operator. So do you know what is concatenation operator?
Concatenation operator means plus one.
Plus,
No.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, plus. Now suppose uh, I have int a equal to 100 and int b equal to 200. Now I will say
A plus B. Yes.
say a plus b. Now the result should be 300 in simple
Yes.
words. Okay.
Yes.
If I just run this, now it says 300.
Hmm.
Okay. Now suppose if I have one more, say int x equal to selenium and say int sorry mm, mm. Now it should be selenium training. And if I run this, now it says selenium training. Now can you tell me the output of this one?
This one will be 100,
Mhm.
200
Mhm.
selenium training.
Okay, you are saying this one 100, 200, then
Selenium
selenium, then say
training.
training. Okay, now let's run this.
Hmm.
It says 300
300.
selenium. Okay.
Okay. So I have one doubt. So
Mm-hmm.
actually A plus B it will take, why it is taking on, it is taking A plus B sum now, because now A plus B plus X plus Y.
Because when we do the, you can say, do the work, starts from left. Now A is an integer,
Hmm.
B is an integer. So when A try to add with B, they both are integers.
Okay.
Okay. Now in
Oh.
this say, it will automatically add,
Hmm.
but when this the result of this try to add with the result with the x, what is x? X is selenium,
Hmm.
and this is 300. Now one is integer, another is string,
Hmm.
so it will automatically act as string. this 300 will automatically act as string. Okay. Now, if I say now, what should the result of this?
Selenium training 300.
Okay. Saying Selenium training 300. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, if I run this, this is the fourth one after this one. Now it says Selenium training 100 to 100.
Okay.
Why?
Now,
N- Now, when it x plus y, because it is always run from left to right.
hmm.
Okay. Now, x, what is x? X is Selenium.
Hmm.
What is y? Y is training. The both are string.
Yes.
So they simply added like Selenium training. Okay. Now, when Selenium training, result of x plus y is Selenium training. Now it want to add with a. What is a? It is 100.
Integer.
So one is string.
One is
This is
integer.
one is
Then
integer.
the
It
plus
will,
will be int string.
yeah. Then a is act as
String.
a string. What is a? A is 100. So
Hmm.
Selenium training 100.
Okay.
Now,
Now got it. Okay.
okay, now result of x plus y plus a is Selenium training 100.
Hmm.
Now when it wants to add with b, one is, this is the result of this
All is.
is a string. This is
Hmm.
a string and it wants to add with the integer. Now it, the b will automatically act as a string. What is
Hmm.
b? B is 200. So it will just add it like this.
Now got it. Okay.
Okay. Now if I say, okay, now what should be the result?
Hmm. Mm, Selenium training
Mm-hmm.
plus 300, I think.
Okay.
Now because
Let's.
bracket is there, so a plus b whole will be taken as integer, so it will first sum a plus b 300.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Hmm.
Okay.
हाँ,
Now it says
now
Selenium
good.
training
हाँ.
300 because whenever we apply the brackets,
Hmm.
the rule says
First it will sum. Hmm.
solve the values which are in the bracket first.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
Hmm.
first it will x plus y, then a
Hmm.
plus b, and the result of this plus this. Okay,
Yes. It
that's
will be,
why,
then will be string.
yeah. So when the as I say without bracket x plus y plus a plus b, then it says silent training 100 to 100. But when I say x plus y in a different brackets plus a plus b in the different brackets, then it will Selenium training 300.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to be very careful when you are working with integer and string.
Hmm.
Okay, as string, if you say and I hover over this, it's a string class represent character string. It's a inbuilt class. If I just hover over this integer, it says nothing. When I hover over string, it's a inbuilt class inside the Java.
Hmm.
Very important thing. String is a inbuilt class
Hmm.
inside Java, but integer is not is not a inbuilt class inside Java. Okay, if I
Hmm.
say if I hover over this, it will not representing anything to me. But I if I hover over string, it says Java dot lang dot string. The string class represents character string. All string literal Java such as ABC are implemented as instances of this class. This is a class inside Java. It's an inbuilt class.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is a very important question that what is the difference between string and integer, two data types? String is an inbuilt class inside Java, but integer is not a inbuilt class inside Java. Okay, now
Hmm.
the next thing is debugging. Debugging is very important. So suppose now it says 20 lines of code.
Hmm.
Okay, now if I want to see, you can say suppose my error comes. Suppose I have 1,000 lines of code and I have error, but I don't know where the error is. So what can I do? I can just put some, you can say this is known as debugging. Just double click on this, okay, and go to this point.
Hmm.
Okay. When I click on this, now you see
Hmm.
my code will stop here. Okay. Now I will press F6. When I press F6, it uh, it will go to the next line. Okay.
If you press
F6.
F6.
Hmm. Siddharth, can you give me 2 minutes?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Hello, Siddharth. So when I press F6, the code will run line by line. Now suppose if I press F6 again,
Hmm.
okay, now you see the line will go to the next line. If I just say, if you see over here in the right side, it says I equal to 200. Now again I will press F6. Now you see here, if you see the right scan of your window, see, now see X, Y, you can hover over this A, you can see the results here line by line. Suppose the error is coming on the 19th line.
Hmm.
Suppose error is coming on the 19th line, then it will automatically go to that line. Suppose F6, 18, 19. Now you till this your code is running successfully. But after this, suppose if there is error, the code will not move forward. It will give you error on this line. It will not move forward. It will just stop debugging. So this is known as debugging. I'm using F6. I just write it over here. Uh, F6, F6, uh, run code line by line, or you can say debug code line by line. Okay. Okay. And the thing is F8. If I press F8, now say F8. Now, if you see, it will not go to the next line. This whole code will run in one go. Now, suppose if I run it again, just you go for this sign. It will not go. So you can debug cannot be using this one. You have to go this one. When I hover over this, say insects look like it says say debug first class. Okay, when I run it, the code will stop on my debug point. Now, if I press F8, this you see this whole code will
code run.
execute. Okay, now suppose now it's just simple 20 lines of code. Now, if I say here, okay, now if I run this again, okay, now is line number 7, but I know that there is no error between line number 7 to line number 13. So I simply press F8. So it will run towards the next debug point.
Hmm.
You see, it will not can
Line by
say
line, it will not run the code.
toward yeah towards line number 13 between 7 and 13. It will not run line by line. It just move to the next debug point. Now suppose if I just say F8 again, here I will just say sys, uh, I say A divided by 0. Now suppose if I run this in the debug mode again, now it will stop here. I know that there is no error till next debug point, which is 13. Okay. Now I want to run it line by line. I press F6. If you just concentrate on the, can say, left side, right side of your window, this one. Now
Hmm.
again I will F6, F6, F6. Now till 17, it is not giving any error. I don't think so. It will give you error right now. Now say, you see,
Hmm.
F6. I just press F6 now.
Hmm.
You see, it will not move forward.
Hmm.
Exception, it will give you exception. Now you know that your code is moving successfully till line number 17, but
Hmm.
it is not going beyond line number 18.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, so that's the power of debugging. You can find your errors. Because I don't know where is my error coming from, because sometimes what happens, the code is so very big. It's like 1,000 lines of code, 5,000 lines of code, and you don't know where the error is coming. So you can divide your code by debugging points. Suppose I have
Okay.
attached one debug point and 100th line, then 200 line, then 300 line. Then I start where suppose the error is in the
Just
250th line.
one query.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I have a 300 line code and I have debugged that point at line number 98. So first time when I start the debug point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it will start from first and it will directly go to the 98 number, right?
Yeah, if you attach your, if you can say attach your first you can say debug point at line number 50, and the second point is line number, I will just give you example. So I just remove it, just double click on this, it will remove the debug point. Now I know that it is in the line number 18. Suppose I don't know, I have just attached the line number 20, then uh, I have two debug points. Okay,
Hmm.
now if I run it here, okay, now it stops towards the first debug point. Now I press F8, and I know that it will go to the next debug point, which is at line number
Hmm.
20.
Hmm.
I press F8, okay, it will stop here automatically. I
Hmm.
have pressed F8 because there is an error over here, so it will stop here. Now if I press F8, it will not move forward. You see
Hmm.
the cursor is on the line number 18.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's why I know that it is at line number 18. Sometimes the error is like, this is a simple error, that a cannot be divided by 0. A is
Hmm.
100, 100 cannot be divided by 0. It will give you
Hmm.
exception. This is the simplest error. Sometimes what
Hmm.
happens, the error is like this, that you are not able to recognize what is the error.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sometimes the error comes like this, that you are not able to recognize, but you want to find that where that error is coming from,
Hmm.
at which line that error is coming from. You have 100 lines of code. The first 50 lines or first 60 lines are doing perfectly fine, you know, but
Hmm.
you're not sure. So you just apply the breakpoint on line number 59. So when you press line by line, it will go to 60. Okay.
Okay.
Then you'll apply one breakpoint 59 and one breakpoint at 70, that it is going to 59 to 70 or not. If it is not going to 70, it will stop some in some line. There
Okay.
you
And one
can
more
see
query.
the. Hmm.
For example, if I like if I press F6, right? For
Hmm.
for example, now our line is selected 12, int a equal to 100. On the right side, it will display the result of 12, na? Like on
Yeah.
which line we are there, it will display the result that line directly, na?
Hmm. Hmm.
Not after first, like if I am in line number 13, it will display the result of 12. It is not like that, na?
Yeah,
On
yeah.
which line it is there, it will show the result of that. Like now
Yes.
your int a equal to 100, so
Hmm.
I equal to 200. No,
You,
for example,
if I press F6, F6 now,
huh.
now it will give the result of
So
A.
previous line, like for example, now if the line is selected 13, but on the right
Hmm.
side it will display the result till 12. I mean,
Yes,
one
yes,
line
yes.
before, na?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Because
Okay.
when I, so if you see, when I reach on line number 18, which is my error line, now there is no error
So error, got it.
because it is reached there. The code is reached there. It is not executed right now.
Hmm.
The code is reached on the line number 18, but it is not executed.
Hmm.
Okay? But when I press F6, then it will give me error because it is not going to move forward.
Okay. And one more query. So this
Hmm.
is the Java, like we are writing this int a string y. So it is Java. Which version is it? It's 8 or less?
SDK 8 is the best version.
It is Java 8, right?
Yeah, SDK 8. You need to install, in my opinion, you can install any version.
No,
But
just that is fine. Just only want
mhm,
to know, like currently the Java 8 is like well, the projects are working Java 8. So I was
yeah,
thinking like
yeah,
I can do with the Java 8. So nothing
yeah, yeah.
difference between any version type like I'm
No, no,
asking.
but
No?
SDK 8 is the best version of all the, because
Okay,
all the, you can say, all the previous you can say projects are on SDK 8.
okay, okay,
Okay, so this is the best version in my opinion. Don't know about the others one, but yeah, this is the best version.
okay.
Okay.
And like you have
Mhm.
installed Eclipse directly, but we have to set the path variable, right? Also, na? Java
Uh,
JDK.
no,
In our
act,
system,
act,
we have to.
mhm. You if you say environment variables, I think that you are
Uh,
talking about environment variables. If you
so
say
that we also need to set, na?
no, it will automatically take. It will automatically
Automatically.
take. Yeah, it will take automatically. If you see mm, system variables. Uh,
Hmm. There will be one Java and one path.
mm, where is that?
Path is below here. Yes, this is
Yeah.
the path.
Now, if you see that I have not taken anything, if you see,
Okay, so we can directly install Eclipse and then start.
if you install the SDK 8 JD Java of 8 version, it will automatically install in your environment variables.
Okay, so you are saying we have to install JDK, but no need to set the path, right?
No, no, no.
No,
If
no.
no, you don't need to set any path. If you want to know that which version of you say, just go for say Java. Then it will give you all the things that what is this. Okay, it will just give you anything like say I don't know. Remember the command. Say Java.
Version, I
I,
think.
this is the command.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is you say 11 find something, but I am using JDK 8 version, SDK 8 version.
So you
Okay.
are saying that if we directly install Eclipse and we no need to
Mm,
set anything, we just
no,
click
no,
and
no,
start. है
no.
ना?
Yeah, you can directly. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is a power of debugging we are talking about. Okay. So debugging is very, very important.
Hmm.
Okay. So you because this is a, again I'm repeating this is a small line of code. But sometimes what happens, there is a big line of code.
Okay.
Okay. So so let's move forward. So let us talk about Java operators. Okay. So let us take some yeah new class. I say Java operators. Just click on this. Finish. So what do you know about Java operators?
Like and or.
This is Java operators greater than,
Okay, okay. Greater than,
smaller
less
than,
than, smaller than, greater than, equal to. Like
greater than,
arithmetic,
equal to, yeah,
relational.
less than, equal to, and equal to, equal to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these are the simple signs. I'm not going right now too much deep. Yeah, but this is known as, you should know what these are known as. These is known as Java operators. Okay, now
Okay.
sometimes what happens out of the context, you need to find the, say, if I say int a equal to suppose 9 and int b equal to 2. Now you want a divided by b and you want the remainder. Suppose sometimes what happens, this is a very smallest thing and it is asked in the interview 10% of chances, 20% of chances, because if you have done some work on Java, the interview should knows that you have done something can say operators on this Java. So suppose if you want to find the if I say a divided by b, I know the remainder will be 1. So how can I find out the remainder?
Okay.
Suppose if I want to find the remainder, so how can I find out?
Uh, 9 divided by 2, you are saying?
Yeah, I know the remainder will be 1 because 2 for the 8 and 9 minus 8 is 1. The remainder should be 1. But how
Hmm.
can I find the remainder? This is a very
Hmm.
good interview question. Interview can give you this one. I want to find out the remainder. So how can I find out?
Okay. Mm,
Now I know that if if I say A divided by B.
B. Hmm.
Okay. Now if I run this, suppose if I run this, uh, it
Even
is
from
giving
4.
me 4,
Hmm.
but I want a
Okay,
remainder.
you are asking in this way. Okay, huh. So,
This is
if
a 4.
else, if else
Okay, you are
equal
going
to,
for A.
I'm saying like if A divided by equal to 1.
Suppose it says this is 9 and say this is 100. So if I just run this, it gives me 99. Suppose this is 5. Okay. Now again I run it, again it will give me 100, but I need remainder.
Hmm.
So how can I find out? Interview can give you the situation this way. If you want to remainder of this in one line, how can you do it?
No idea.
Okay. Now simple line, you have to replace this by percentile. Okay. Now if I run this,
Okay. This operator. Okay.
okay, whatever the thing is, suppose 106 is there. Now the remainder will be 7.
7.
Okay. So it will give you remainder automatically.
Okay.
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 So this is a now if you remember, I have told you about the Excel sheet. Now you can point
Hmm.
your things to remember. Like if you want to find the remainder, it's A percentile B.
Hmm.
Okay. This way can find the
And
remainder by percentile. Okay. Now suppose if I say there are two strings, string str1 equal to say it says some val some value, okay, and I have another string str2, okay. Here again it says some val. Now if I say this, say str1 equal to str2, okay. Now if I run this, it is giving me true.
Boolean result. Okay.
Now interviewer, suppose you are going for the interview and interviewer asks you, is this a good practice or not?
Hmm.
So you will say it's a bad practice. You will
Okay.
never do this. Never do this. Because
Okay.
sometimes what happens when you are in the for loop, while loop, if loop, sometimes this will never, this will, can say, it will not understand by Java sometimes. So the best practice is, now this is a simple scenario, but the best practice is do it like dot equals str2. Now you see it is giving me automatically. So this is the best practice.
Okay.
Never do this. Never. Because this is, you can say, sometime what happens in the
And
big.
one thing,
Hmm,
the dot
hmm.
equals is a operator. I
No,
haven't.
no, no. It's the inbuilt thing. If you
It's an
see,
inbuilt function. Okay.
yeah, if you see, if I say dot, now you see, it will come automatically. These are all the inbuilt functions. Equals, dot and with, dot contains, equals, contains.
Mm-hmm.
These all are the inbuilt functions. But if you
Mm-hmm.
see, when I do this, nothing is happening for me. Nothing is helping me. Okay, so the thing is, do it like this. Now you see, these all are the inbuilt things.
Mm.
And I say equals. Now you see here, compare these strings to a specified object. Result is true if and only if the argument is not null and a string object that represents the same sequence of characters as this object. This is the inbuilt method.
Okay.
So it will work perfectly fine and it will give you automatically help that you want to compare it with some str2 or something like this. Suppose if I want to check if str dot equals null, you
Mm.
if I want to check that it is empty or not, I will not check it like this. This is wrong practice.
Okay.
You have to check it like
Null.
null. You can say, if you see, just a minute, dot equals, you see,
Mm.
null.
Mm-hmm.
So do check it like this. Don't act like, suppose if I say null, okay. Now if I run this, now you see, it's give me false.
Mm.
This str is not equal to this. Now suppose if I say I will do it like this, I don't know whether it will work or not, but it is a wrong practice. I run this. It is working fine now because it is working for this right now. But sometimes what happens in Java, Java is very unpredictable.
Mm.
It will not give you any error, but it will not work in the bigger code.
Okay.
Okay, so this is wrong practice. Do it like, you can say null. Yes, this is good practice. If it is equals to null or not. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to very careful when you are working with Java that
Okay.
what type of code you want to use. Now it's, if you see that it is not giving me any error, but never do this.
Mm.
Interviewer can ask you that we should use this or not because it is not going to give me any error, but it's a wrong practice. You have to use dot equals then here.
Mm.
Okay, never use equal to. Always use this types of thing.
Okay.
Okay. Now if I go move forward now, till now, hope I am clear to you that what we are doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Okay. Now say we have uh, one more thing. Yes. Suppose uh, I will just delete this and this. Okay. Now say string str1, okay, say today is fine day. We are learning. Okay. Now suppose if I want to count the number of characters in this whole string. So how can I do that? Int, name it as anything you want, and say str1 dot. Now there is an inbuilt function length. Okay. Now say if I want to see the number of characters, I just say
Okay.
chars. Okay.
Hmm.
Now if I just run this, so it is giving me 34. Now the question is, interview can ask you, so whether it is counting the spaces or not. Can you tell
Hmm.
me whether it is counting spaces or not?
It will take.
Yes, it is counting spaces.
Hmm.
Okay. Now
Okay.
I know there are correct 34 characters and it is giving me the spaces as well. Now suppose here I can go for the for loop. Say
Hmm.
for int I equal to 0. Say I is less than, can say chars, and say I plus plus. What I going to print is SYSO str. Now interview can ask you that I want to print each and everything in the your string. So
Hmm.
how can you do it? Say str1 dot. If you see the first char at int index, and if you see returns the char value mm, at the specified index
Hmm.
from 0 to the length minus 1. Okay.
Hmm.
Now say str1 dot char
Yeah.
at I.
Hmm.
Okay. Because I is what? I is less than character. Characters chars are what? The length
Length.
of my string. And I know the length is 34, but when I starting with 0, it will run till 33. It will not be 34. Last one is not, that's why I have taken as less than equal, less than, not less than equal to. You see, I have taken only this one, not this one.
Why? Can you please explain this thing?
Because if you see, I have started with 0.
Hmm.
0 is also included.
Hmm.
Okay. Now suppose if I just shorted like this one. Now if I just now if I run this, now you see 13. If I count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are 13 characters, including the
Hmm.
spaces.
Hmm.
Now, when I started with 0,
Hmm.
because it is starting with 0, now
Not to allow.
I'm, that's why 0 to 12. Okay, not 13. When I started with 0, because in the for loop it starts with the 0.
Hmm.
That's why I am not including the 13th character.
Actually, I'm not confused in this thing very much. Like less than
Mhm.
equal to or minus
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Sometimes you will get confused. I know this is the confusion part. Even I get confusing sometimes that why it is not giving me any error, why it is can say run like this. So it can say it will be clear to you when you practice it more, that why I'm doing going for less than, why I'm not going for less than equal to. Sometimes you have to take less than equal to sometimes. Okay, you will get to know when we work with the Excel. Suppose the thing is when you, this is a very smallest part, like When you started with zero,
Hmm.
started with zero, then in most cases, less than is used. But when you started, sorry, when you started with one, then
Then equal to.
most cases less than and equal to is used. Now suppose if I started with one here, but I cannot go with less than equal to here because here it is started with zero. This is zero. If I suppose let's
And one
suppose
more
this.
thing,
Hmm.
like if I enter this, if I write chars minus one less, then I can use less than equal to chars minus one, right?
Uh,
No,
if suppose if you say
minus one.
chars minus one. Now suppose first we run this and see what we are going to print. Just okay, just run this. Now it says today is fine day. We are learning. So till learning it is now. If you're saying say minus one.
Hmm.
Okay. Now it will move toward this. Now if I run this again, you say G is not there
Hmm.
because if you see
It
the
will run 0 to 12 now, or 0 to 11.
0 to if I say 0 to 33. If I will just short this.
34 is 33. It will,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
it,
Now 13, but it is run towards N, not E. So it is running towards 12. 0 to 12 because you have 13 minus 1. So it will run towards 12.
hmm. If I equal to, can you enter equal to less than equal to?
Yeah.
Now can you please run on?
Now it includes E as well.
Now got it. Okay.
Okay. So
हाँ.
you have to be very careful when you are working like these conditions. Okay.
Actually, na, I don't know whether why I'm confused in this for loop. I have little bit. I mean,
It's just a
in
type of
it's in my mind like,
yeah, I know, I know. Even
but
I will get confused some of the times after so much of time right now. But it's a thing like if you practice more,
practice
then
more.
the more you come with the contact with your errors, your problems, the more you will gain.
Mhm.
Okay, more you come with your
But we
errors.
will cover these for loop examples in coming lecture, right?
Yeah, yeah. We will when we do go for the practices, the for
Uh,
loop, while loop, we will work with every type of you can say condition. Okay,
so now you are
now
using for loop only for to make me understand is less than equal to less than type operators,
yes,
na?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, now if I say gas less than equal to gas. Okay, now suppose I know I'm printing it is printing the space as well. Now suppose if I want to print till if I want to print till today,
Hmm.
I just want that at which character the first space comes. So how can I find out? Now if I say I can take this says char where one, or you can take it as string where one equal to str1 dot char at I. Now, if I just, it will give you an error. Why? Cannot convert char to string. So as it is a single character, so I have to take a data type like char. This is a
Hmm.
data type char. So it will take only single character. Okay, now if I say as yes, so and say var one. Now again it will what will it will going to print? It will just print the same. We are learning. Today is fine day. We are learning.
Hmm.
Okay. Now the same thing it is printing. Now I want to know at which character the first space is. So
Hmm.
how can I found that?
Though contain some internal function we have to use.
Now, if you want to suppose, just guide me, I will do it. Whatever you want to do, just guide me, I will do it.
Uh, where one dot
Mhm. Here,
system dot out on print and where one dot
I want to find out where my first space is.
system dot out print and
Now, suppose I will tell you one more thing. Now, if you see TODAY is fine A. Now suppose if I take y is not repeating. Okay. Now if I say if uh, say where one dot we have covered like dot mm, where here you can use because it's a single character. You can use equals suppose sorry this equals where one dot equal to say
space.
D. Let's take a D. So what happens? It should break. Okay. Now, if I run this, now you see, it just prints DOD.
Hmm.
It will break the loop whenever it says. If I suppose if I go with the here, I just place the consider debug point. Now, if I run this by using this, now I'm pressing F6. Okay, now what is where? If you see where is T. Now it will go check here that whether where one is equal to D. No. Again it go back to the loop. Now what is I? Now I is increment to 1.
Hmm.
Okay. Now what is where? Where one is O right now.
Hmm.
Because first is T, now it is 1, 0, 1. O. Okay. Now it will check again that where one is equal to D. That O is equal to D? No, it is not equal to D. Again, it will go to the starting of the loop. Now, what is I? I becomes 2. Okay. Now, where becomes D? Okay. Now, it will check whether D is equal to D. Now, it is equal to D. Now, it will go inside the brackets. And it says break. Whenever it says the break,
It will exit from the loop.
it will exit from the loop. See, it will exit from the loop. Now,
Hmm.
there is one more thing. One is break. Okay. Now, say if I say control, uh, see,
So you're saying we have to find the space, then where one equal to space we can enter in the character, right? In place of D we can enter space. Then it
Yes.
will replay then it will display till Y.
Yeah, suppose if I do it like this,
Yeah, yeah, space.
okay. Now
Hmm.
if I do it like this,
It will display, it will print today.
okay. Now if I want to find the my you can say index, at which index my space is. Now I know when var1 is equal to first space, now it is the first space. I will say sys.
System printed
Okay, I will just say
where one
uh, uh, first space is at,
var one
and I just say plus
where one.
I. Okay. Now if I run this again, now you see first
Hmm.
space is at 5. If I say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, now space comes. So first space is at 5. Now if I don't break it, okay, now if I run this, now every time the space come,
Hmm.
it will count the that particular index 13,
Hmm.
18, 21, 25. Okay, if I just say, and if I run this, the first space is at index 5, second
Hmm.
space is at index 8, and the third space is at index 8. Now, the exercise for you.
Hmm.
You have to print. Now, this is, if you see, it is printing the space. Now, space is at 5. Okay. Now, what you have to do, you have to make the program like that, that it has to print today in one string. Today in one string, is in one string, fine in one string.
Okay, so
Or
today it okay.
just
So today
this
will
is
come together.
yeah, just don't do this. Just write today in one string. First write today. There's a first till the first space, all the characters in one string.
Okay.
Just try it.
Hmm.
Just try it.
Okay.
I don't know that I don't want that to push you so hard. Just try it.
Okay. I will
Okay.
try.
Okay. Now this is thing the break.
Hmm.
This is the break. Suppose uh, this is.
So now you are telling me the if else for all these things, right?
Mhm. Now
Right?
suppose, yeah,
In
if
the
else,
lecture.
yeah, yeah, if else, what is the condition less than equal to less than? Okay. Now suppose here, my print statement is here. I will just comment this one. My print statement is there. Now suppose if I run this, now you see it is working fine. Today is fine day. We are learning.
Hmm.
Okay. Now if I say this one,
It will
what
not
will
print. It will not.
yeah, what will the result?
The result will be today.
It will print TODAY.
Yes.
Okay, let's run this.
Because when it found space, it will break. Na.
Hmm. Okay,
Today.
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
now you are perfectly fine in this. Now suppose if I do this and do this, now what will be the result?
I think first it will var one var one. Today will not. 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first it will display. Today will 1 minute. Today.
Okay, let's run this again.
Hmm.
Again, if you
Uh,
see, but if you see that this is a space it has printed.
hmm.
Okay, now but when I and do this, okay, and run this, now if you see there is no space.
Hmm.
Okay, as in when I do this, it will print the extra thing. Right now you are not going to get it what I'm trying to say, that it has print this space as well.
Why?
You see, suppose if I do this and do this. Okay, now if I run this, and if you see that it is not print the last space. Why?
Hmm.
Because when say
Because when the
uh,
space will come, it will break out.
yes,
It will
when the
not
first
print the
space,
break.
yeah, because
Hmm.
on this step it will just break, it will not go to this line.
Hmm.
That's why it is not printing the space when I creating the print statement below the break statement, because on this instance it will break the loop, so there is no space. But when I do this, it already can say already print the blank spacement, because the print statement is above the break statement, so it
Hmm.
already print the blank space
Space. Hmm.
before the break. Now if I say uh, okay, now there is one more thing, continue. Okay. Now if I say this one,
It will take all this. Continue means it will continue. It will not until it will end of the this string length. It will not reach. The loop will run
now
continuously.
suppose say I will say if it's equal to d. Okay. Now if you see today is fine day, we are learning. Okay. Now if I run this uh, again, the same thing, today is fine day, we are learning. Now suppose if I just say and now if I run this, now you see d is not there.
Hmm.
Okay. Now what happens when it find this one, it will not break the loop. Now just run, we are going to debug it here. Okay. Now F6 var1, what is var1? Var1 is t. So
Hmm.
it will not go inside the bracket. It will just print this one. It will go to this line. Okay. Now again, what is var1? Var1 is O. So it will not go inside the bracket. So it will go to this line. Okay. Now again F6. Now what is var1? Var1 is d. D equal to d. Now it will be going inside the bracket. Watch it very carefully. When it find the continue, I am
Hmm.
pressing F6.
Hmm.
It will not go to this line. Whenever it matches the continue, or matches the
Okay.
my condition continue, it will go to the starting of that loop.
So
It
it
will
will
not,
make it into loop, or it will not exit from the loop. You mean, na?
yeah, yeah, it will bypass that particular condition.
Okay.
It will not breaking the loop, but it bypassing the particular condition. Okay, so this is the difference between break and continue, because this is a very good interview question. That difference between break and continue. The difference is that break will exit the loop at that particular condition. It will not move forward, but continue will bypass that particular condition, but the loop will not break. Understand?
Hmm.
Okay, this is a very important good interview question, that what is the difference between break and continue? I know these are very small questions, but this will come handy when you go for the interviews, because interview no can will know that you know these types of conditions, so you have worked on these conditions. Okay,
Okay.
so this is a very good thing, like break and continue. So what is between break and continue? So continue will bypass that particular condition, but it will not break the loop. The
Hmm.
loop will continue, but it will bypass that particular condition. But in the
Okay.
break, if the condition come to the break, it will exit the loop at that particular point.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I think so. I have given you one exercise.
Yes. From today I have to
You have to
print.
print, yeah, you have to print today.
Okay.
Okay, just try it. I know this
Okay.
is hard for you. Just try it. I'm not
Okay.
going to, if you not done it by tomorrow, I'm not going to say press you that you have to done it. Just try it.
Okay.
Okay, just you have to print today,
Okay.
or just don't go for that. Just you have to print. Uh, if I say you have to print towards this full stop.
Hmm.
Okay, just try it. Today is fine day. You have to print this
In
one as
line wise, not to TODAY in this way or
yeah.
in one string.
Just TOODAY till
This
this.
way. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Got.
just after that, if you are able to do it, then
I will try. I will try.
yeah, just try it.